Herb hated feeling this way. Ever since Ben came back into his life, his obscure desires resurfaced in a nasty manner. Sure, as a romance sim, having a want to kiss or woohoo with different sims has crossed his mind before, but it was easy to disregard them as something temporary. However, this time, it was more of an ugly compulsion to make himself feel better because he truly believes he's done for. Vyn Scott is a reminder that the young womanizing man from his past isn't truly gone, and now it's impossible to keep that a secret. The Vyn he knows is self-serving at best, more than anything else, and if he truly wanted to ruin his marriage just for the sake of it, she would. He knows deep down that he shouldn't have slept with her days before the wedding decades ago, and especially not after breaking things off with Ben in exchange of a monogamous loving relationship with Coral. But the idea of having a selfish night with zero abandon with a woman who pleased him without even trying was too tempting. He was incredibly stupid and uncaring, and he regrets it every single day of his life. He has to figure out a way to maintain that secret until the day he dies, because there's absolutely no way Ben is going to keep it quiet about it. It was a long shot, but he knows an old friend who was always great with advice. It had been a while since they talked, but he was his only chance. And welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you recall, hopefully you do, that I said that Herb used to be in a band. And one of Herb's longtime friends is here. His name is Christian Love. Let me tell you a little something about Christian Love. Out of all the band members back in the day, Christian Love was the only one who had a lasting music career. He recorded albums, he has gone on tour, and he was a celebrity for several years. Unfortunately, a brush with death made him rethink his whole career, and he had to reduce his stress by stop engaging in harmful activities. After that, he retired altogether. He's still considered a beloved figure in Simnation, but his days of luxury and glory are long gone. Every once in a while, he will get a fan asking for an autograph, but that's about it, really. So they just became best friends after a big separation. After not talking to each other for so many years, they rekindle and they're now best friends, which is really good for me. So they're just gonna talk because Herb needs to confide on him. He needs someone to confide into. And sorry for my voice right now. I recently got sick and I'm trying my absolute best to sound my best. I think I told you that already. So they're just gonna talk. Hertz is telling him like it's just so good to see you. I really need your help. And Christian's like, oh no, Herb, I know you. I know from experience that every time you say that you want my advice, it's because you do something heinous. But okay, I'll bite. What is it that you want? And he's like, well, Christian, remember Ben back in the day when she was with us in the band? And Christian's like, yeah, I do remember her. What about her? She's back. And Christian's like, huh, really? What do you mean? And Herb is like, she's back in my life. She's now friends with Coral. And I don't know what to do. She knows way too much about the bachelor party. She knows way too much. We both know how she is. She could ruin me. And I'm so scared that Ben might say something to Coral. And I kept that secret for so long. I was so happy that Ben was never gonna come back, and here she is threatening to just ruin it all. And Christian's like, well, honestly, I don't know what to tell you. This is so risky. You're telling me all this knowing that Coral is downstairs. And Harry's like, I know, but I just didn't know what to do. Like, I remember all those times we got into trouble, and your clever mind has always saved our asses. You're the smartest person I know. What do you think I should do?" And while they were talking, Coral has been watching some TV, and then she realized, oh, how come her gets to have a friend over and I don't? So I'm gonna call a friend of mine, and that's Vyn. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I changed her looks. I put her some makeup on and then changed her hair, so she looks fantastic, hopefully. So Cora's now gonna get Vyn to help her out. And by help her, I mean like just have someone to talk to, because so far Vyn is her only friend. And I also want to show you something. So she's gonna invite her over. Sure. And I guess I stopped talking. Sure. And I said you to invite me. I'll just go sit up and come right over. Excellent. Oh, it's gonna get so bad. So what is her doing right now? He's drinking. Yeah, he has been doing that lately, drinking, because that's the only way he can deal with this. And what is she doing? I guess she's just checking outside. The carpet for her will arrive in about an hour. No, I should get him to take the day off. So, where is it? Call work and ask to take the day off because he's sick. And also, I just want to show you that I changed Vyn's looks. I changed her into this very beautiful clothing, and I put makeup on her, and I changed her hair. Look at the new and improved Vyn Scott. Now she looks the part. And also, I'm gonna show you a little later. Let's greet Vyn. Okay. Let's greet Vyn, our dear friend of ours. She's gonna say, look at them, they're hugging because they're such good friends. I also want to show you something just real quick. Make it selectable. When we met Vyn, you know what she looked like. She had this blue tracksuit, now makeup on, and a ponytail. Now she's freaking gorgeous. And also, before we met her, she was a family aspiration sim. And then realized, no, it does not match her. At least in this story, it does not suit her at all. So right now, she's a romance sim. And I think that's very, very appropriate at the moment. Just because of the person she used to be and the person she still is. And I think that's about it. I think that's all I want to show you. So Vyn is gonna talk to her like, oh my god, let's just gossip for a little bit, like, goodness gracious. They're talking about Nina for some reason. Yeah, Colin's sick. Something about that. Oh, you're talking about her mom dying? Oh, that's kind of rude. And why you should yes. And now what? He's just telling her a dirty joke. Sure. Who's this? Leo Wilkie. I don't know who that is. Oh, I guess Vyn didn't like that. Sure. Is there like an introduce button just because? Where is Christian Love? Where is he? Oh, he seems to be right over here. So we're gonna go inside, sure, and hopefully Vyn will follow us. There's too much noise in here. There's a TV, and there's the stereo. So what is it? Is Vyn gonna come in here? I guess she's gonna clean up, sure. And then Vyn notices something, not just curve, just because there was something between them, but oh my god. She's like, oh, Christian is here. I wonder why he's here. Well, will you look at that? Christian, you didn't tell me you were gonna be here. And Christian's like, oh wow. Yeah, about that. And she's like, oh, come here, you. And yeah, how are you? Because these two are lovers. And her is looking at this side and already drained. Was like, oh no, Oh no, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh no. So now Herb is gonna talk to Christian. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, this is quite a sight already. Christian, you didn't tell me you were going out with Ben. And Christian's like, yeah, I knew she moved it back in town, and we talked and we rekindle our relationship. And Herb is like, what do you mean rekindle? And then Herb whispers in his ear because he knows that Coral's still around. So he's gonna say to him, like, what do you mean rekindle? Like, what are you talking about? And Christian says, well, during our band years, Ben and I had a thing going on that lasted for a few months. And Herb says, and this is news to me. Why? I thought you knew. I never made a secret, and Ben told me you were okay with it. Never mind that. I can't believe you both slept with her. I also can't believe you didn't tell me you knew she was back in town. What do you want from me, Herb? This is your reason, and not everything is about you. Now Herb is like, oh no. So Christian is not gonna help me, so what do I do? And Ben is enjoying all of this, like, oh, I see. Oh, Herb, you mean to tell me you didn't know anything about our relationship? That is such a shame. And Herb is like, ah. So now he's just going to say, you know what, Christian, it was nice catching up. I hope to see you soon. And Ben is like, is right here and, you know, enjoying the show. She's messy like that, unfortunately. So now she has something to make things more complicated for her. And for some reason, she's gonna say, even though she just came here, she's gonna be like, Coral, I'm sorry to say, but I just noticed I need to go back to work. Is that okay with you? And Coral's like, oh sure, absolutely. I'll see you eventually. I'll see you soon. And there she goes, having more dirt on her. Oh my goodness gracious. And they're gonna talk, maybe watch some TV because there's nothing to say. There's absolutely nothing to say. They're gonna watch a pool table. And Cora's like, what is going on? Every time I invite Ben over when Herb is around, it's like I hardly exist, and it seems that Herb and Ben dislike each other. I can't have that. I can't have my best friend and my husband disliking each other. They need to work things out. I put way too much stuff in your plate, and I'm breathless. I'm speechless. So I'm going to skip until maybe the next day. Okay? Okay. And welcome to Skip Day. Coral's currently out for work, and Herb is taking advantage of his day off to have a conversation with Ben. Every part of him has been screaming that this is a bad idea, that he's playing with fire. But since Christian was Team Ben at the moment, he only had himself to fix this. Maybe it won't be so bad. There's a good possibility that Ben has no ill intentions towards him, and they could have a civil conversation. Then again, that would be giving Ben too much credit. Her plans to go somewhere nice, somewhere where an argument might not escalate, nothing more than pleasantries. However, the way he described it made him feel guilty, like he was cheating on Coral all over again. But he changed. He was no longer that man, right? So, excuse me. So now, her plans to call Ben, like, right now, he's just gonna call her, and hopefully Ben should be on board on going out with her. You reached Ben's answer machine. I'm home right now, so try calling again later. Crap. Maybe I should wait just a little bit, and then I should be able to have Ben cornered, you know? Unfortunately for me, it's 6 p.m. and Coral already arrived back from work. Let's see. Did she get promoted? She did, and she brought a friend from work, Dora Otumas. Yeah, I don't want to worry about that. What I'm worried about is that I really did not want Coral to catch her going out. He has to confront her. It has to be done today because today is his day off. But let me read this real quick. Coral has been promoted to teacher's aide. Teaching is a stressful job that requires a lot of groundwork, and you're just a grunt to do it. Clean erasers and filled glue bottles will take you right to the top. Coral now works from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Starting immediately. Coral brought home 86 today and got bonus of 172. So, good, but that's not what I care about. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that she's going to go to the bathroom real quick, and yeah, hopefully Ben should be able to be back from work. Gosh. See, now this is what Herb is thinking, that Ben was put on this earth to torment him and to make his life difficult. Good Lord. And look at Dora Otumas. She looks fantastic. Oh, okay. So real quick, he's gonna say, yes, this is Herb, and I understand this is the worst time to call, but I really want to talk to you. Can we meet somewhere nice? And that makes Ben a little bit suspicious because what does he want? He says somewhere nice. That is very suggestive, but she's gonna say yes because she's not done with him. Oh boy, she's not done with him at all. And I guess they have. This is what worries me. He has double blind balls for her, and this is because it all is all coming up. It's all coming up to him that the past and his relationship with Ben, and he's deeply worried about what could happen, but at the same time, he has nothing to worry about because he truly believes that he's a completely faithful and loyal husband. So now they stop talking. Hopefully that should be enough of a relationship to stop talking. Good, very nice. And Coral is gonna be. She hears something that Herbert's talking on the phone, and she thinks is Christian. Now it's time to invite Ben somewhere. So how do I do this? Call transportation, and it should work. So invite us to a community lot. Very good. And Ben. So I'm gonna choose the lot myself in just a little bit because it might take a while. Sounds great. I'll be there in a few. Oh my God, she actually said yes. I know she was gonna say yes, but oh my goodness. So I'll see you in just a little bit when it's time to see Ben in the lot. And welcome to downtown, aka FM. I know what you're thinking. This looks oddly suggestive, lustful, romantic, and you might be right because look at Ben. Look at the way Ben looks at him, and her is super nervous about the whole thing. So anyway, I'm gonna take a picture of this just because it looks really, really funny. So where am I? Oh yeah, there we go. So I made Ben selectable just for a moment, just because I really want them to converse equally. My goodness, this is such a good shot. So okay, let's go now and play. She ordered a drink. He ordered a drink too, just because, like I said before, that's the only way he can deal with all of this. It's just so stressful, especially with the way Ben is looking at him. And I'm pretty sure And he's pretty sure that Ben is looking at him that way on purpose. And they're just chatting like they're old friends, and technically they are old friends, but still. And let me show you FM just in case. There's a dancing area. Wait. There's a dancing area. There's a dining area. There is a karaoke area, a photo booth, and you can buy, I guess you can buy cell phones in here or MP3s. I'm not completely sure, but that's where you buy stuff. And like I said, this is the karaoke area. Wouldn't it be funny they start singing like drunk people? If they're drunk, bad things might happen. And technically they are drunk because they just ordered drinks, and I'm talking way too much. So now, I guess, did she finish her drink now? Oh, so she's gonna go over here, sure, and he's gonna go to the bathroom real quick just because he needs to go, and he also needs to deal with what's going on because Ben has been flirting with him since the taxi drive, which is really, really inappropriate, but that's just the way Ben is, unfortunately. So let's see. Okay, it's gonna take long. I don't like this music, so let me change it. Okay, Ben, I don't think that's your type of music, so I'm gonna switch it to something that is more your thing. Maybe some... What would she like? Definitely some world music. Okay, and he needs to stop being a coward and he needs to come over here. Go here. Very good, very nice. And okay, now it's time to talk. Chat. Very good. They're just gonna talk for a little bit. I'm just surprised that you actually agreed to coming here. I thought you hate me. And then it's like, of course I don't hate you, Herb. Like, what kind of person do you think I am? Well, Herb is thinking a lot of negative things that I cannot say out loud, but he doesn't say anything. He just nods and smiles like no big deal. So let's just dance for a little bit. Oh my god, look at the lightning bolts in this thing. Let's just dance for a little bit just because. I don't see why not. He is gonna be all innocent. At least that's what Herb is thinking. Just very innocent. They're just gonna be dancing, and they're getting a little crazy. And it's, look at them go. It's just like old times. While the musicians in the band are playing the music, and it's almost like they're young again, and they have not aged. And Ben looks at Herb with so much longing in her eyes, and he should be off. He really should stop dancing with her, but it's just like it's almost nostalgic in a way. But someone is looking at him, so he's gonna stop a little bit, and someone just greeted Ben, and oh goodness gracious, Ben is attracted to Herb, and Herb just noticed it, like, oh no, I wish this woman was not in the shot because this is such a good shot. Can this woman move? Let's just ignore her. Sure. Let me take this. Too bad I cannot go in tab mode. Look what happens when I go in tab mode. Oh, apparently I can do tab mode again. Sure. So let me take a good picture of this. There we go. Yeah, just a while ago I could not get in tab mode, but it's completely fine. Poor Herb. Poor Herb, I swear to God. So what does he want? He wants to slow dance. He wants to take a photo, and he wants to sing karaoke. I'm not sure that's something that should happen, but sure, I guess. But he needs to talk to her. So right now he's just going to go over here, sit down, and they're just gonna sit down upstairs in the karaoke area. I don't see why not. This is such a good place though. I wish this was real. Well, I know karaoke bars are real, but this looks way too nice. So hurry up, lovers. I shouldn't even say that, but you know what I mean. So there they are. They're just gonna be lounging in here, sure. And I think it's the right time to take a picture, if I do say so myself, because this shouldn't be happening. Oh God. Oh. Is there a way for me to? Hold on. Let me remove tab mode, because I want a good picture of this, because this is so incriminating almost. Yes, it is. It is really incriminating to be in this position, Herb. You shouldn't be doing that. So, okay. And now tab mode should work. See, this is what I mean. If I go in tab mode, I guess if I put the walls up, it goes like this. This is so weird. Someone who knows about The Sims too, like, tell me why does this happen, please and thank you. So I'm off the tab mode. Okay, maybe I should just remove this. Maybe that's why it does that. Hopefully that's the case. So I'm over here and tab mode. Yeah, here we go again. Never mind. I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Yes. Okay. So they're lounging and they're just gonna talk, I guess. So Herbert's gonna be like, so Ben, what's with you and Christian? Are you actually together? And Ben rolls her eyes like, if you're asking me if we're in a committed relationship, we're not. It's casual. We're just fucking. And Herb is flabbergasted. What? And then Ben leans in just a little bit, just the right amount of closeness, and she says in a very husky and pretty voice, I'm fucking him, Herb. And Herb doesn't know what to say, so he kinda nods like an idiot, like, and he's just like, okay, right, clearing his throat. After that, there was an awkward silence. It was time to change the subject, and Herb had to think of something fast. What is new with you? I have not been catching up with you at all. So is there something that I should know about you? So yeah, it was new, and Ben is like, where do I start? This is gonna be a long story, but she just has a lot of feelings, so she's gonna say, well, where do I start? Not too long after I quit my stripping job. And Herb is like, yeah, he knows exactly what he's talking about, because when she was a stripper, that was the night where the bachelor party happened, and that's the night where Herb and Ben, you know. So anyway, not long after I quit my stripping job, I met a wonderful, reputable man who swept me off my feet. I was so in love, and we got married within the year. And she stops for a little bit because it gets a little painful. Years later, I gave birth to a daughter, the apple of my eye, the light of my life. I never thought motherhood would be for me, but she changed my mind. For several years, I remained happily married until my daughter ran away from home. And this is the part when Herb is like in shock, like, oh, but he does not interrupt. So she was slowly getting involved with a terrible crowd and rebelling against us, but I never thought she would go that far. The next day she comes back, but the damage was done. She had unprotected woohoo and ended up pregnant by this boy she barely knew. She was still a teenager and not ready for what she bargained for. But that didn't make my husband sympathetic, and he blamed me. He blamed my past on our daughter's misfortune. I was so hurt by his actions, and after our daughter ran away again to move in with her boyfriend, the father of her child, I divorced my husband and I went back to my maiden name. I never saw any of them again for years, but last thing I heard was that my ex-husband passed away, and it's rumored that my daughter is working at a strip club in the most risky part of Pleasantview. So, and she said this very bitterly, so you could say that my life has been peachy. And Herb doesn't know what to say, and she stands up, and because it's just too much for her, and he stands up too, like, wow, he didn't think, he never thought that would be something that not time for a joke. Look at his face. He's actually pretty saddened by what he heard. He just cannot believe that someone will do that to Ben. So he is going to try to talk to her, like try to, comfort her somehow. And he says, "Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I wish I would have what, Herb? Save me? Comfort me? Just admit that you're glad my life turned to garbage and you got away unscathed. This is so typical. You always get in trouble and you find a way to get out of it. And what have I done in my life to deserve this? Nothing. So, please, don't give me that sympathy card." And Herb is like, "How dare you? You were once my friend. The least I wanted was to hurt you." And Vyn is like, she snorts like, "Oh, bite me, Herb. You just want to clear your conscience because you're terrified of consequences. You're terrified of what you did. You're terrified of your past. And you just decided to hang out with me because you somehow got the impression that you can silence me." And Herb decides to be silent, and he's like, "Oh my God, is it that obvious?" And Ben is like, "Herbie." By the way, that's her nickname towards Herb when they were, lovers. "Herbie, we explore each other inside and out. I practically know you from head to toe." And Herb remains frozen like, "Don't call me that." And Ben is like, "Very well then." And Herb is like, "If not pleasantries, why exactly are you back?" And Ben is like, "Seriously, I told you, my parents died and someone has to live in their home." And Herb is like, "That's not what I meant, and you know it." And Ben sighs like, "You think I have ulterior motives?" "Well, that's completely fair. I get it. However, I'm telling the truth when I say that I enjoy having Coral as a friend, even if she's way too nice to see right through you. By the way, great idea marrying a woman who's naive. No wonder she can't put up with you after all those years." And that angers Herb. "Don't you say another word. Coral means a lot to me, and I'll be damned if you try to upset her." And that makes Ben smile because this situation is just a little funny to her. Hold on. Oop. I'm a little too close. There we go. I think I like this. She's smiling and she's like, "Oh, if she ever gets upset, it will not be my fault. Can you imagine if she knew about us? I wonder if it's possible to hear a heart break." And Herb is like, "Ben, stop. She knows nothing about your past, does she? How you will have girls coming over your dorm room like they were on schedule? Or what about during high school? You would use your band status to get girls to fall for you. At least I deeply enjoy my role as your groupie and did not get swayed by stupid feelings like infatuation." Her wanted to pretend that he was hurt that she wasn't infatuated with him back then as a joke, but then it will prove her point that he hasn't changed. Despite his one-time mistake, he was still a loving, devoted husband, and he'll be damned if Ben took that away from him. "Oh, Herbie, I didn't hurt your feelings, did I? Despite my current relationship with Christian, you were always my favorite. And for some reason, Herb gets a little into it, and he unintentionally says in a husky voice, "I know." And then he clears his throat. "I mean, I acknowledge your truth. However, I'm not falling for your tricks. I know what you're trying to do. You want me to cheat again. It will never happen." Hold on. "It will never happen. I am past my own mistakes. I changed for a reason." And Vyn is like, "I don't have to do anything. Don't you get it, Herb? You are your own downfall. I'll be sad to see it end, but I'll happily say I told you so once it does." And Herb is like, "You are truly a horrible friend. You want to see Coral break down. Don't you have any compassion, Ben? Don't you have any compassion at all?" And Ben is like, "Of course I do. I happen to care about Coral. Thank you very much." Oh my god, this is actually a very good shot. Wow. This is a good shot. Of course I do. I happen to care about Coral. Thank you very much. I'm just warning you that you can keep hiding who you really are. I won't tell Coral if that makes you happy, but I won't rest until you do it yourself. You are her husband, for Watcher's sake. Enough of the lies." And Herb is like, "Are you seriously pretending that your concern is legitimate? It doesn't suit you in the slightest, and that offends me." And Ben is like, "Well, She doesn't know what to say, and she pretends to look at the watch, and she's like, "Oh, well, would you look at the time? I promised Christian that I wasn't going to take long and that we were going to watch a movie tomorrow night. So, Herb, I'll see you soon." That's a promise. Look at her face. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm not done with him. I'm gonna make his life miserable." And Herb, hold on, I cannot get in there for some reason. And Herb is already, he accepts the hug, but at the same time it's just like, look, oh my god, look at his face. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Let me take a good picture of this. Wow. He already knows that this is just the beginning. Ben will not leave him alone. Oh boy. So I'm gonna end this episode right here. So what do you think? Do you think Ben is actually gonna ruin his life? Do you think she's bluffing? And what do you think? Do you think Herb is going to remain, loyal to Coral? Because Ben is a very tempting woman. He knows this. Leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe because I care for subscriptions. And I'll see you on the next episode of my Pleasantview series. Bye bye!